Today we are going to learn colonialism and the Maratha, the fourth chapter in our textbook. In the last chapter, we learned about the spread of colonialism in India. Important points of these chapters are Portuguese and the Maratha Empire, Dutch and the Maratha Empire, French and the Maratha Empire, British and the Marathas, Siddhi and Marathas, and Afghan and Marathas. Portuguese were the first who were into contact with Maratha. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj had foreseen the ulterior motives of these foreigners and their way of infiltration. He built up strategies to arrest their advances in India. The immediate measure taken by him in this direction include creation of a strong naval force and construction of sea forts. He levied octroi tax on the British salt trade as a measure to protect local salt trade. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj adopted a very strong policy against the European colonizer. Later, Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj also fought the Portuguese. Chimaji Appa, brother of Bajirao Peshwa I, defeated the Portuguese at Vasai. The Maratha were the only Indian ruler to adopt the policy of resistance. Start our first point: colonialism versus Maratha Empire. Portuguese, French, Dutch, British, all of them came to India as traders. However, they did not stop at that. In the course of time, they also grabbed the political power. The Portuguese were the first to arrive in India. They were mentioned as Firangi in many historical documents. The region under Portuguese rule were mentioned as Firangan. The Portuguese and Maratha Empire. The Portuguese had their fort at Diu, Daman, Sanjan, Attori, Vasai, Karanjan, Chaul, etc. Because of these forts, the region of Bardesh, the northern region of Goa, was known as Bardesh, was well protected. They used to store all ammunition at Panvel. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj first came in contact with the Portuguese when he established his control in Kalyan and Bhiwandi. The Portuguese were alarmed when Shivaji built a strong Maratha navy. Soon the Portuguese were brought to a point of despair by the Marathas. In fact, in the beginning of Portuguese had extended technological help for building ships to the Marathas. However, the Portuguese governor of Goa withdrew this help. The Portuguese now immediately promptly provided help to Siddhis when the Maratha army was organizing an attack on the Janjira forts against them. Both the Portuguese and the Marathas, in the matter of diplomatic relations, adopted policy to suit the situation. In 1665, the Portuguese waylaid 13 ships of the Marathas while it was passing by the forts of the Karnataka coast. However, they soon realized those ships as they were scared of the powerful Maratha navy. In 1666, while the fort of Ponda, ruled by Adil Shah, was under the siege by the Marathas, the Portuguese supplied ammunition to Adil Shahi Kiledar. On the other hand, they let Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj cross through their territory when he was returning after the sack of Surat, when Mirza Raje Jai Singh had attacked Swaraj. The Portuguese extended support to the Marathas. The Portuguese established a factory at the Bole by obtaining a sanction from Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. At the same time, people were unhappy because of the Portuguese law, which were favorable for religious conversion. Therefore, in 1667, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj decided to attack the region of Bardesh. You know that the Bardesh is the region or the part of Goa. People of Bardesh welcomed Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Again, when the region of Thandrajpuri under the Siddhis' rule was under Maratha siege, the Portuguese supplied war provision and ammunition to the Siddhis. The Portuguese, while acting neutral, they mutely helping Adil Shah. Gonçalo Marques, the Portuguese emissary, had met Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Both agreed to avoid any future conflict between them. Chhatrapati Shivaji, with an intention of uprooting the Portuguese rule, started sending small group of his men to Goa. It was decided that once their number was enough in Goa, they should strike a revolt against the Portuguese rule. The Portuguese viceroy somehow became aware of the plan. Hence, the plan failed. Then a treaty was signed between Marathas and the Portuguese on 10 February 1670. The following conditions were agreed upon. If either of them plunder the other ships, then the victim party should be properly compensated. All those concessions given to the Mughal ship in transit should also be given to the Maratha ship. No help be extended to the Siddhis against the Maratha, and not to build fort in the territory of Ramnagar, presently Ramnagar in Jawahar Tehsil of Thane. Soon the issue of collecting Chauthai arose. There was a dispute about the issue of collecting Chauthai. Chauthai is actually a type of revenue collected from external territory, that territory protected by the Maratha rulers. Okay, between the Portuguese and the Marathas, which remain unresolved till the end. To resolve this issue, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj had appointed Pitambar and Jivaji Shinavi as mediator. However, they were not much successful in their negotiation. In 1679, the Portuguese secretly helped the British in their conflict with the Marathas for Khanderi Underi Island. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj had determined to humble the Portuguese. There were many reasons for it, such as the Portuguese opposing the construction work by the Maratha in Chaul, forcing their subject in Goa for religious conversion, and plunging of the trading ship. The Maratha defeated the Portuguese during the siege of Fonda Fort. The Maratha army gathered at Fonda in 1680. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj himself was to lead the campaign, but for some reason it could not happen. The panic felt by the Portuguese because of the warfare skill or technique of Shivaji. It's clearly reflected when the Portuguese governor said, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj was no doubt a mighty warrior, but his strategies against the enemy during the peaceful time were much more daunting. Now his death has relieved that the Portuguese authority from his terror. The Portuguese were in alliance with Aurangzeb, the Mughal emperor, against Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj. Therefore, the Maratha decided to act against the Portuguese. Hence, Sambhaji attacked Rwanda. The Portuguese reacted by putting the Fonda fort under siege. The Maratha army successfully broke through the siege and attacked Goa. Yasaji Kang, the chief of Maratha infantry and a very close associate of Shivaji Maharaj, fought with great valor. The Portuguese governor was injured on the battlefield. He had to beat a retreat. Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj chased the Portuguese army, which got trapped in a deadlock. However, the news of Mughal attack on South Konkan was received in the Maratha camp. Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj and his army, who were on the verge of conquering Goa, had to leave half away and rush to fight the Mughals. Later, the conflict between the Marathas and the Portuguese was renewed during the reign of Chhatrapati Shahu Maharaj. A treaty was signed between the Maratha and Hussain Ali Sayyid, the chief representative of the Mughal in the south, which gave the right of collecting chauthai to the Maratha from Kalyan Bhivandi region. Accordingly, they asked the Portuguese to make the payment. However, the Portuguese governor of Vasai refused to pay. To counter the Maratha, the Portuguese established outposts in Vasai, Asheri, Tarapur, Kelve, Mahim, Daman and Chaul. They also increased intensity of their atrocities on the local people. Chimaji Appa, the younger brother of Peshwa Bajirao I, was assigned the responsibility of the campaign against the Portuguese. At the onset of the campaign, Chimaji Appa took over the fort at Thane. In March 1737, the Maratha army conquered the Shasti Island. On the other front, Shankaraji Patke entered Vasai Island. However, taking over Vasai fort was not enough to establish a permanent control over the Portuguese territory until there was a complete victory over the fort of Vasai. The Marathas fought violently with their naval force was not strong enough. The Maratha siege of Vasai fort continued for 2 years, and in the end the Maratha defeated the Portuguese.